What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's really cold today again, as expected. I have a load that's picking up from 25 miles away. It's going to North Carolina. I got it booked for $3,200, but the thing is, this broker I booked with, me and him were going back and forth for about an hour. I'll share that story with you guys, what he did. He said some rude things. He later apologized, saying that he was having a bad morning. So I want to share those details with you guys. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go do my pre-trip. Put all the stuff in the truck, and I got about 750 miles to do. So this delivery is in 2 days. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video, this trip. And yeah, let's go do our pre-trip.
Behind an empty space, can always tell what you're thinking, but now it ain't the same.
All right, guys, just did the light test and everything. So all the pre-trip is good. Truck is in working condition. Tires are good, inflated. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get in the truck and then make my way towards the shipper. So I see you guys on the road. All right, I'm about to head to the shipper to go pick up this load that I booked from Chicago suburbs to North Carolina. So what happened was I found this load on the DAT load board. The broker had it posted for $2,800 and the miles were 750 miles. And this load caught my eye because it's a light load and I like, picking up light loads. It was around 20,000 pounds and he had it posted for, like I said, $2,800. So what I did was I sent him an email and I was like, I can get it done at $3,400. And my reasoning behind sending him $3,400 for 750 miles is because right now the market in Chicago area is pretty hot for dry vans and there's a lot of demand for trucks right now. There's more loads on the market and not enough trucks. So he sent me an email back with the information of the load. It was picking up Monday, first come first serve, so which is today, and it was dropping off Wednesday at 7 a.m. firm appointment. And I was like, that's not a big deal. I can get it done. 15 pallets of groceries. And this guy needs to use his turn signal when he's turning because, come on, man, you got to use your turn signal. But like I was saying, 15 pallets of dry groceries. Weight is 20,000 pounds or less. And dropping on Wednesday at 7 a.m. So I can easily get this done. I don't have to drive that much. So I can probably do, 400 miles today. 300 some miles tomorrow, and I can get it delivered Wednesday morning. That's my thinking, right? So he sent me another email. He's saying I'm trying to be closer to, he said $2,800, I believe, right? So I sent him an email saying $3,200 is the lowest I can do because me going from $3,400 down to $3,200, and he hasn't even moved from $2,800, right? So I don't know what he's thinking, but I told him 32 is the lowest I can do because there's many loads on the load boards today that were going for $3,000, $3,100, right? So $3,200 is a pretty decent price for last minute load because it is Monday and he needed to be I'm pretty sure he need that load to be booked today. So, I shot him an email. $3,200 is the lowest, and because the thing is, I need to make money as well, right? So I told him, I was like, if you don't find anyone, let me know. I'm always here, right? So that's what I always tell brokers. I tell them my lowest rate, and if they don't find anyone, then let me know. And so he ended up responding back to my email where I told him $3,200 is the lowest I can do because I need to make a little bit more, money. So he told me in that email he's like, I don't believe that you're not making money at $2,800, right? And he ended up like referring to past loads that I worked with him. So I have worked with this broker before, and I'm pretty sure I've taken this load last year. I don't really recall, but I'm pretty sure I've taken this load, I think at $2,400 last year, because last year rates were pretty bad. I think he ended up referring back to that point. He's like, I seen your history. You ran this load with us for $100, or you ran it at a cheaper price, so I'm going to keep you at $2,800, which makes no sense because I ended up responding to him, right? I was like, that's not how supply and demand works. Just because I ran this exact load cheaper last year doesn't mean that I run it cheaper today. Back then, there were more trucks available and less loads, making the prices crash, right? So today, the market is different. There's more loads on the market and not enough trucks, which makes the rates go higher. And I ended up emailing him. I got a little frustrated. I was like, how is he gonna have the nerves to send me an email saying that just because you ran this load at a cheaper price last year, you're gonna run it cheaper today? And the thing is not a new broker. I worked with him multiple times. So I ended up sending him an email, telling him that he clearly doesn't understand how supply and demand works. And just because I ran it at a cheaper price before doesn't mean I run it at a cheaper price today, and doesn't mean if I book this load for $3,200 today, doesn't mean that I book it for $3,200 tomorrow. Maybe the rate tomorrow is $3,600. The market changes every day. And what he ended up doing was he sent me another email responding to that, me telling him how supply and demand works. What he did was he ended up telling me that I'm going to remove you from the lane for this load that I ran multiple times apparently last year. And he ended up calling me greedy. He's like, you're being too greedy for asking a normal $3,200 price, even though the market right now is between $3,000 to $3,400 range in Chicago going to North Carolina. And he ended up calling me greedy because I don't know what he thought or what he was thinking. Maybe he was trying to intimidate me into running at a lower price, but I didn't fall for any of his tricks. It did piss me off though, I'm not gonna lie. He ended up calling me greedy because at the end of the day, it is my truck, my trailer, my own company. If I want to run this load for $4,000, you're not gonna tell me no, or you're not gonna make me run it at a cheaper price. Then that's the benefit of having your own company. I tell you guys get to decide your own lanes, you guys get to decide your own rates. So I didn't respond to him because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep it professional. I don't need to respond to someone who doesn't even know how to keep it professional between a broker and a carrier communication. So I didn't respond to him. And the thing is, after I believe 2 hours, he ended up sending me an email saying, is your truck available? I can get it booked at $3,200. And I didn't respond again to the email. You know what? I was like, it's about the principle. I'm never going to work with this broker again because he called me greedy. And even if he offers me $3,400 for this load, I'm still not going to work with him. That was my thinking, right? So what he ended up doing, or he noticed that I didn't respond to his email, he called me, and first of all, the first thing he said was, I'm sorry for, calling you greedy or whatever he said. And he's like, I was having a bad morning. I have so many loads that I haven't booked that need to be booked today. And I was very frustrated. There's a lot on my plate and there's not enough brokers in the office today. And I got frustrated. I know you always been a good carrier, blah, 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 right? And first I was like, you know what, I'm not going to work with him. And then his apology seemed genuine. And so I was like, you know what, I worked with him before and he's meeting me at the $3,200 range. So, you know what, I'll give him a shot. I'll accept his apology. And, I booked the load with him. But one thing I always want to tell you guys as carriers or someone, you got your own company, don't let these brokers intimidate you into booking a load, or they're gonna threaten you to remove you from a lane if you don't book at a cheaper price. So I didn't fall for any of his tricks. I stuck to my rate of $3,200, and I don't get stressed. It's fine. If he wants to be unprofessional, that's not something I will never scoop down to his level. And he apologized. I accept his apology, because at the end of the day, if someone apologizes, you give them another chance until they mess up again, and then you don't accept their apology the second time. So I accepted his apology. I booked it at $3,200. Hopefully he doesn't do anything like this in the future, where he ended up calling me names or calls me greedy, because then I'm never gonna work for them again. So I'm gonna go pick this load up, and then I'll see you guys at the shipper.
Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. I got the feeling we taking it all the way. I gotta get to the Hall of Fame. Been on the ground with a small delay. That's what it takes when you on your job. I'm working till everything fall in place. Like nah, we not gonna fall today. Like nah, we not gonna fall today.
All right, just arrived at the shipper, 3500 building, so it should be right here to my left. The broker said I ran this load with him multiple times before in the past, and the thing is, I don't recognize this warehouse. Maybe I picked it up from a different warehouse, but this actually is my first time here, because I would have recognized this place. Yeah, let's check in. Should be this one right here. Nah, it's probably not it. Let's see where the driver check-in is. It's right there where it says Frito-Lay. I don't know if you guys are able to see on camera, but it's that door right there. So I'm gonna go check in, and we'll go from there. All right, that was the wrong door to check in. He told me to go to door 28 and check in there. And he told me this whole building is 3,500. They just have it split into different companies. So let's go to dock door 28 and then check in over there. Oh my god, that was not it either. He told me I'm at the wrong place, and I need to go by dock door 13 to check in. I think nobody knows what's going on, and they just keep sending me to the next door to check in. So now let's go by dock door 13. All right, so door 10 should be by that white truck where the pickup trucks are. And I don't know what's going on, because I literally just wasted 10 minutes going from door to door trying to check in. And the broker, only thing he had on the rate con is the building 3,500. And all these companies, they belong to building 3,500. So I think the broker should clarify what company I'm picking up from, rather than making me waste my time going from door to door. So hopefully this is the last company here at this building, and I'm pretty sure this should be it. And yeah, let's go in and check in. Pickup number is 33.
And then where is that other North Carolina, like the one you loaded this morning? Is it behind it? The Zogo, the Bim Bamboo.
All right, she gave me door number 13. Is that one right there? I'm gonna wait for this truck to pull out, and then I'm gonna back in. All right, that truck pulled out of door number 13. So I'm gonna back in there. And the only thing I gotta watch out is for this red truck right here. But the thing is, shouldn't be too much of a concern, because there's lots of space on this side and there's nobody here. So I got lots of space to back in. So let's quickly back in and then get loaded, and then start making our way towards the receiver. All right, so we backed in. Let's go open the doors. And I don't know if it's only me, but if there's 2 trucks on each side, I think I have a much easier time backing in compared to if there's nothing on either side, because then I gotta just use my imagination and just see where the turning points are. So I don't know if that's only me, but yeah, let's go open the doors. All right, guys, just backed in. Not tough at all. Like I said, lots of space. And a lot of people say backing is hard for me. And when I was new, backing for me was really tough as well. Even doing straight back was pretty tough. And my only advice is practice makes perfect. People who are backing in all these tough spots, they're just people like me and you. And the more you do it, more repetition, the better you get at it. That's my only advice. And that is the only actually advice that works. No one's going to be perfect on their first try, 10th try, 20th try. You just got to just go out there, do it. And most of the truck drivers that are pretty patient with new drivers, we know that you guys are learning and everything. And we never try to, make you guys nervous and stuff. So just don't think too much and just practice makes perfect. So let's wait for them to load me. And that's pretty much it. All right, guys, just got a phone call from the shipper that I'm all loaded up. So I'm going to go in, get the paperwork, close the doors, and then that's pretty much it. If it needs straps, I'll put on some straps on the to secure the load. So, yeah, let's go in and get our paperwork. All loaded up. All right, just got the paperwork, so let's pull up. I don't know what that was. So let's pull up from the dock door and then go lock the doors and seal the truck. All right, just close the doors and put the seal on the trailer. So let's get in the truck. I mean, the weather is a little better, not too much cold. So yeah, let's make our way to the receiver. All right, just got loaded. This shipper was really, really quick. I think it took, 25 minutes or less to get me loaded. I appreciate them for, loading me quick. And for this trip, I got about 744 miles to do until I get to the receiver. So the plan, or what I'm thinking is, I'm going to probably do like 400 miles today and then, continue tomorrow and do rest of it then, because I don't want to drive too much today. I mean, it also depends on the road conditions. From what I've seen, it said it's clear until, I get to North Carolina, where they're expecting a little bit of snow. But until then, it seems clear. So what I'll do is I'll do like 400 or 450 miles today and then continue tomorrow. And I know a lot of people were asking what kind of GPS I use. I use Garmin Diesel OTR 1010. and I always got links in the description below for all the equipment I use. So basically, the GPS I use, ELD, the iPad, anything I use for my truck, I leave it in the description, so it's easier for you guys to just click the link and buy it if that's what you guys want to do. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Let's continue driving, and yeah. All right, guys, time to stop for some fuel, fill up the tanks, and the price is telling me on Mudflap at Good to Go is $3.24 a gallon for some diesel. And the thing is, the prices are coming back up again, because I remember 2 weeks ago on Mudflap at this same location, I paid $2.93 a gallon for diesel, and right now the price is $3.24. So hopefully the prices come down again, because they're currently going up. And I was looking at Mudflap as I head towards North Carolina to drop off this load. The fuel prices, I see it as high as $3.70 per gallon for diesel, which is about 60 cents more than it was about 2 weeks ago. So hopefully it's just this week and doesn't, continue going up. But let's see how the future for fuel prices are, because right now it is going up, and the higher the prices are, the less money I get to put in my pocket. And we like cheap prices, so let's pull into Good to Go. You guys probably see here, you guys probably see me here all the time. But yeah, let's pull in, fill up the tanks. Even though right now my tanks are more than a little bit half, I still want to fill it up, save as much money possible rather than paying a higher price. So yeah, let's pull up and go in, give them the code. Hey, I got Mudflap. Is that pump number 1?
Yep.
Okay. 261435. Just diesel.
Sorry, could I see the number again?
Yeah.
All right.
Good.
Ready to
Thank
go.
you. All right, just got done filling diesel. This truck right here is in front of me as I'm gonna make my turn. Hopefully I'm able to clear it. It's a little tight, not gonna lie, but I think I cleared it. My back tires are good, and let's see. Yeah, I think I should be good to make this turn. But like I was saying, I filled up some diesel. It cost me $130 for 40 gallons of diesel. I'm not gonna get DEF this time, I'm gonna get it on my way back because at this location they have it for $5 a gallon and it's pretty expensive. So I never get DEF at this location. So I'm gonna get it probably on my way back when I drop this load off and pick another one. And basically, this is pretty much trucking with your own company. It's really simple, and all you do is you book a load, you go pick up the load, you get some diesel, and then you drive your way to the receiver and drop off the load. It's pretty much how simple I can put it, and it's really that simple. It's not difficult at all. And I know a lot of people get scared to even get in this industry, and the reason they're scared is because of backing the truck up. That's what scares people the most. And one advice I will give people, I know because I get a lot of messages on Instagram saying, I'm in CDO school, that I'm having a difficult time backing, and I think I'm not going to be able to be a good driver, or I'm going to fail my test and then end up doing a different, career. My only advice is people who get scared, it's a very normal thing to be scared trying to back this truck up. I remember when I was in CDO school, I used to be scared a lot, and I used to get nervous. Used to have a hard time backing the truck up straight. It took me at least 2 to 3 days to even learn, turning the steering wheel, because every time I turned left, my truck did the opposite thing. So in my mind, I was treating it like a car. So that took me like 2 to 3 days, that concept to register in my mind. And looking back at it, I think it's a very normal thing for you to be scared and nervous. And I think everyone has to go through that phase for you to become a good truck driver. Because if you don't get scared and you don't make mistakes, then you're never going to learn and correct your mistakes and become better at the craft. So my advice is don't give up. Just keep putting the hours in. And if you make mistakes, talk to your instructor if you're in CDO school. And if you're driving your own truck and you're still having a tough time backing, I say pull into like an empty Loves or Pilot and just practice your backing. There's no other way around it. You're not going to magically just wake up one day and become better at it. Yes, the more you do it, one day it will click, that what you're doing might be wrong and you want to try it in a different way. But eventually you will get better at it. Everyone does. It's not rocket science, because if I can do it, you can do it. If someone else can do it, I can do it. That's my mentality. And that's the advice I will tell you guys. If I can do it, you can too. There's nothing special backing this truck up. It's just like, once you get practice, it's just like a car. It's really not that difficult. At first, it seems intimidating because it's such a big vehicle and you're just not used to it. But, there's people out there that, fly planes. And, if I look at it, that scares me. But for them, in their mind, it's a very normal thing. And that's how you got to get in this industry. You got to get in it because other people can do it. You can too, right? Always have that positive mindset. Always be optimistic. And never give up. That's my only advice. You got this. So basically the plan now is I'm gonna drive for next 4 hours or so, and then find parking and rest up for the night, and then continue tomorrow, because the sun is about to set in a little bit. It's gonna get dark. So yeah, let's drive. I'm gonna listen to a book on probably personal finance, and I'm gonna find something to listen to, keep myself educated. And yeah, let's continue driving. Hopefully everybody's enjoying the video. If you guys are, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. And I do have an Instagram account. If you guys ever have any questions or concerns, or you just guys need any advice, hit me up. My DMs are open. Sometimes I respond a little late because I do be driving, but other than that, yeah, I always get back to you guys. And yeah, let's drive.
Peering out through splintered sunlight, all the earth she'll gaze upon. When you wake while you lie sleeping, when the work
All right, guys, pretty much done driving for the day. I got about 322 miles to go tomorrow, so about 5 hours. And what I'm gonna do tomorrow is I'm not gonna drive the whole 322, so I'm probably gonna do like 250 to 300 miles and then rest up again because my delivery is in 2 days. So I'm not in a rush. Take things slow. Yeah, I'm gonna rest up. And this is where I parked. Made my own little parking because there's don't seem to be that many spaces, but it's fine. We improvise. And yeah, hopefully everybody liked watching the video. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram. Send me a DM if you have any questions. I'll reply to all DMs. And that's pretty much it. What I'm gonna do now is I'm probably gonna go back there, watch some Netflix, watch some YouTube videos, because you know, I'm not in a hurry. I'm probably gonna wake up a little late tomorrow, so probably gonna get like 12 to 14 hours of rest, and then do 300 miles tomorrow. So like I said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully everybody liked watching, and yep, see ya.